Today?
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's in good shape. Can't fault the way he's coming to the races. I mean, he ran a pearl of a race last time, just got collared late. The track today seems to be a little bit more leader by, so that probably brings it in his favor a little bit more. So, let's see how we go.
The way that his preparations come along, do you think he's now at his peak in terms of his fitness?
I'd like to think that we're probably on a journey where we might step him out a little bit this campaign, but based on the 3 runs that he's had so far, I think he's cherry ripe for a race like this.
And you're not going to change much tactically with him. He's a horse that likes to bowl along and try and lead and make every post a winner.
Well, I tried to do that last time. He made a fool of me, so I'm not going a second time out. I just said to Kieran, I said, he's going to take you there. He's got amazing gate speed. So I said, just try and get a few cheap sectionals along the way and then let him go on top of the bend, and hopefully he gives her that kick that he normally does and go from there.
His first 3 runs of preparation were on quite wet ground, a little bit drier today. Is that any benefit to this horse in your opinion?
I wouldn't think so. I think he's 1 on a 4 and he's 1 on a 10. So I don't think the track is potentially, I'd prefer the give rather than a real firm surface. So the way it is, I walked the track earlier, it's a nice 6, so I'm quite happy with the way the track's playing.
Good luck.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Julius Sandu there talking about the chances of the well-backed, do you reckon? So we're looking at the official prices, 360 into as short as 330, back out to 350, but that doesn't tell you the full story. Yesterday, this horse, as we take the Ladbrokes prices for an example, he was $8.50, was double figures at one stage in early betting, and today he's been 7 into 650, into 5, into 460, just kept firming right in until late betting. So really heavily backed throughout the day has been, do you reckon? And even late on the VOP, he's been 350 back into 330. So clearly the best backed runner in the race. Could's been very easy at one stage. He was your clear favourite in betting at sub $3 this morning, and he's eased out to $4.40.
Why would you suggest that Cool is drifting?
I just think it's probably a map thing. I think he's probably going to, from the outside draw, either have to maybe risk being caught wide or then go back to try and find some cover, and that might mean he's spotting a start to a horse like Do You Reckon. So I just think it's a speed map thing, and if you like Cooled and you think he's got the ability to run him down, I wouldn't be too worried by the drift. I don't think there's anything wrong with the horse at all. I just think it's more a case of where he's going to end up in running, and there's that little unknown about 1,400 metres. He doesn't have any any strong form of substance at the trip. He's only had the 1 go, I think, might have been in a VRC-sized produce as a 2-year-old. So we're not going to read too much into that. But his recent better form's been over sprint distances. So there's those queries. But we do know he's got the class. His recent better form's probably the best recent form in the race.
Because he certainly looked outstanding from a mounting yard point of view. So in the looks, there's no reason as to why he should be drifting. But always interested to get your thoughts. And
he's not drifting too badly late.
No.
Like he's even firm back into 420. It's more that he drifted from that price this morning, but now he's reached his mark at around that $4.20 mark. And Manouche was firm throughout the day. She's eased slightly, firming back into $4. But I think they've all reached their current price after, I think the market initially probably had it wrong with a couple of them, particularly Do You Reckon being too long and Cooled being too short. But, if Do You Reckon runs unplaced and Cooled wins the race, then the market's got it wrong.
Terry Bailey calling the action for us today. We had a wonderful edition of the Grand National Hurdle with Saunter Boy winning it for Steve Pateman and Kieran Maher and Dave Eustace. That was the highlight, a great battle, and the champ come out on top. And the punters have been on top today. There's been some well-supported runners that have saluted. And Terry, going into race number 7, who did you like here?
I found it to be a tough race. I can understand why Do You Reckon's been backed. He should go to the front here pretty easily, fly the lids. Manouche gets his back and gives chase. Cool will, you'd imagine, ease at the start, go back to the fence and look for a fluky run through, but it's got to get 1,400 metres and chase down the leaders. So if you got the overs, Do You Reckon, you'd be very happy with yourself, because that was big overs. But now the 340, I think, is about the mark. The Kiwi brings some interest, Rekindled Express, to the race. So the last 4 to move in, Rekindled Express moving up. Cakewalk Baby over there bucking her heels up in the air. Cooled about to move in. She's riderless, Cakewalk Baby, as Nabu Star comes back to Australia. It's trailed up okay for this. $18, now $17. Wish I might. $14 in from 17. Cooled moving up to the gate. We're nearly ready to run. This race over the 1,400 metres. Cooled is a horse that likes being against the paint. Comes up to the barrier. All set to run. Wish I Might standing well. Ready and racing. Do You Reckon pounded out of the gate straight to the front with Wish I Might. Cool began well, pushing forward but caught deep. They were followed by Rekindled Express, Manouche on the fence. 2 lengths, Cakewalk Baby, Lama Rita, Nabu Star. Sorting the order out, Do You Reckon comfortable in front from Rekindled Express, and Manouche tracking the leader on the fence 3/4 back. A length, Wish I Might, then Cooled and Cakewalk Baby. Lama Rita second last on the paint, and outside of it, Nabu Star. Inside the 1,000 metres mark, and the leader, Do You Reckon. Kieran Quilty's a good judge of front, and she leads out on the favourite by a length and a half on Rekindled Express, and Manouche tracking up on the rail over Wish I Might. 2 to Cool, getting in. Then came Cakewalk Baby, Lama Rita, Nabu Star. The speed out of the race quickly quickened down as they raced to the 600 metres mark, and Do You Reckon went away. Rekindled Express flat to the boards. They're all flat to the boards. The leaders bolted clear. Wish I Might is third. Then came Manouche, who's under the pump, and Cool trying to run on from Lama Rita. Do You Reckon? Can she see it up the hill? She's now under pressure. Leads out by about 4 or 5 lengths. Rekindled Express, Wish I Might, and Cooled. Do You Reckon is well clear. They're at the 200 metres mark. Cooled is trying desperately. Rekindled Express, Cool going after the leader, Do You Reckon, who's clear. 100 out, 3 in front. Do You Reckon's got too big a lead for Cooled. Do You Reckon in front, and she's got it picture perfect. Do You Reckon from Cooled, and Nabu Star from the back third. Photo fourth between Wish I Might and backing on the inside of it, Rekindled Express. They were followed by Cakewalk Baby, Lama Rita, and Marusha Flop. It ran last. She really used the downward incline of the hill to get Do You Reckon into full flight. Cool was coming out after it, and with every stride pegging it back, but she just had too big a lead on Do You Reckon. And Do You Reckon for Julia Sandu pulls off a good little plonk, one of the better back runners of the day, coming with a really good time. Burst out of the gate to go straight to the front, always in control, dash for home. And the 7-year-old gelding, he'd been winless since he won that big final race to give Julius one of his big wins in his career at Flemington, going back a couple of years ago now, maybe a year and a half. And Kieran Quilty's a good front-running rider because she doesn't hold horses up. She lets them use their speed and their pace. Cooled has run second. Obviously, Hannah Edgley wanting to go forward at the start, try and get in, but she had to go back probably a pair more than she wanted, but ran really well. And Nabu Star with a good return from Hong Kong. He came from a long way back when the others made no ground. Number 11, Wish I Might, fourth. Manouche, you'd have to imagine, has got a problem. She was gone at the 700. 3-1, 5-11, 125.58. The margin was a neck after being about 6 lengths between the pair at the 300. 2.5 second and third. A neck by 2.5. We had a chat to Julius before the race, and a happy Julius after the race.
Well, congratulations, Julius. That pretty much went to plan?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised how early he took off. But I did say to Kieran, right, as you get to the corner around that bend and you're going down the slope, let him go. And he's got that sprint. He did. He looked like he was going to win it a lot more comfortable than he did. The second place charged at him late, but you know, we got the picture, we got the money. That's all that matters.
Exactly. All's well that ends well. But right. He really did fly down that hill. He's a horse that likes to get running if the jockey allows him to mid stages. He was flying.
Yeah, he does. He's got a nice turn of foot too on the back of that. Doesn't last very long, but he does have a turn of foot, and he opened up. So you know, we're always going to be holding our breath up the slope, but she rode him good, and it's her first city winner, so big kudos to her too.
Yeah, that's a great achievement for Kieran Quilty. Well done to her. We'll have a chat to her shortly, but you mentioned pre-race that you wouldn't mind attempting to try and get this horse back up in distance. Mm-hmm. With that in mind, are you going to have to try and be a little bit more conservative the next time out?
Probably. I think that race that he won at Flemington, that country final, he didn't lead that day, but he got some lovely sextals to follow. And it's given us a few ideas about what is possible if we can try and hold him up a bit and let him down, because he does have that turn of foot. So we'll probably explore a few options and see how we go from there.
Well, you got an opportunity to celebrate this victory and plan it out from there. Well done.
Will do. Thank you.
There is Julia Sandu. So Kieran Quilty just getting the okay from the stewards first before we can have a quick chat. And well selected by Bella, and also Ben Asghari, one of the better bets on the card, and was able to go straight to the front, too fast for them. And did get a little bit tired over the concluding stages, but was entitled to, considering how much pressure it put on through the middle stages of that race, and was able to salute, and in the end was quite comfortable. So a memorable afternoon for Kieran, who's been able to pick up a first city winner. And well, congratulations.
Thank you
How do
very
you
much.
feel?
Yeah, it was great. It's been a long time coming, and it's just great to get it out of the way.
What did you think in the run? This horse was pretty much going to plan, I'd assume, straight to the front and try and control it throughout?
Yeah, he got there really easily, and he was travelling really strongly for me. Just around the turn, I thought that we might have just gone a little bit quick, but he was able to skip away, and he was just too strong late.
Could you feel sort of Hannah Edgley coming with cooled at the finish there?
Yeah, the last little bit I did, and I was just hoping that he would just stick on, and he's just that bit fitter today, so this just worked out perfectly.
And you've had a good association with this horse and also Julius, so delighted to get the win for them?
Yeah, since moving to Cranbourne, I've been able to form a really good relationship with Julius, and just really grateful for the opportunity and great to get the job done for him.
Well done, enjoy the victory.
Thank you so much.
Let's have a look at how Kieran was able to do it from the front of the board, do you reckon? And Julius Sandu told us pre-race, don't worry out of the gates, he'll take you to the front. He's just so quick, and he did exactly that. He just called 3 wide without cover. He's run an enormous race considering, and out the back, Nabu Star might be one to follow. He got a long way back when Do You Reckon went for home, and he's finished off really strongly. But let's focus on the winner first. And what I really liked about what Kieran Quilty did here is, I think with apprentices, they've got the claim. When you're on a leader and it's not a disadvantage to be on speed, let fast horses be fast. Let him, she held on to him early, which is good. She didn't use too much energy in the early part, but then in the mid stages, when he was travelling sweetly down the hill, she let him roll into it and open up a big gap on her rivals and used that natural advantage she had. To Could's credit, as Do You Reckon starts to tire over the concluding stages, he's really launched, and he's launched after settling wide without cover off a fast speed. We talk about wide without cover being, sometimes being overrated, but not when they go quickly. And it looks as though he really put the foot down in the mid stages, Do You Reckon? So he's run an enormous race called, and I was really taken by the late close of Nabu Star. Bella touched about the fact that he had improvement to come. So given that, I think he's one that we can follow out of the race going forward. But Do You Reckon was heavily supported, and the punters have got it right, BZ.
So Kieran Quilty, she'll remember this afternoon for some time on a horse who was flying along, holds on by a neck, and was too good there in a time of 1:25.58.